financial security has always been my number one. Because when you're inspired, you are in spirit.
We're joined by a powerhouse who proves that age is nothing but a number. She is an entrepreneur, fitness enthusiast, luxury lifestyle lover, and a woman confidently owning the chapter of her life.
You've got to keep on encouraging yourself. You cannot be looking for that external motivation.
Hey my dolls, welcome to Crowned with Ntombi Coombs. I'm so excited to see you guys again, and today's guest is Mikie Monoketsi. Hi. How are you?
Very well. How are you, girl?
I'm good. I'm so happy that you agreed to do this. It makes my heart so happy. I know your story is gonna just inspire so many young girls, and that's what we're pushing on this podcast for women that come before us, that paved the way, and not stopping there, sharing it so many people can be inspired by you. So
thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Yes.
So we're gonna start off with a few icebreaker questions.
Okay.
Are you a coffee or tea person?
I'm a definitely tea person. A definite tea person, Flester tea in particular.
Yes. Love it. What song were you listening to in the car coming?
I wasn't listening to a song, actually. I was listening to a podcast.
Oh.
That's what I listened to.
Oh, really?
Yeah, The School of Hard Knocks.
The School of Hard
I don't know if you've seen it.
No.
It's all this youngster who goes around the world asking people how they became millionaires.
Wow.
Love it. Stories are very inspirational.
Yeah.
It's people from different industries.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's what I listen to.
I love that.
most
Have
of
you
the time.
always been that type of person? Just
Yes, yeah.
Feeding
my mind continuously. I don't listen to the news.
Yeah.
I don't watch the news.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because then you worry too much
That's
about what's
true.
happening out
Right.
there, right?
Right.
So I try to always control what comes to me. So I've always been like that. Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that you don't listen to the news, because I feel like the news can always also like limit your mindset.
That's
Because
it.
there's so many things that are going on that are so bad. Like you just think that here it's not possible to succeed. Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I love that. So if you have 10 minutes to get ready, and what's the quickest thing you throw on?
Gym outfit, girl. Always. I'm always in gym outfit, and I can either zoosh it up. You see, I'm wearing my red bottoms now with my gym outfit because this is a gym outfit, and a quick ponytail. Girls gotta always have lipstick at least, right? Lipstick. Get your hair done.
Yeah.
Just look good at least. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And you have the body to go with it.
Even better, right? Even better.
I love that. So let's talk about your childhood. Like, what type of home did you grow up in? How was your upbringing?
So I'm originally from Kimberley.
Okay.
That's in the Northern Cape. I was raised by my grandmother.
Okay.
My mom was a teen mom.
Wow.
So I think she was about 17 when she fell pregnant with me. So I was raised by my grandmother, although she married my dad. But by the age of 21, she was divorced with 2 children. Me then, I think I was about 4 and my sister was 2. So our grandmother took us in and I grew up with my grandmother.
Oh my god.
In a 4-roomed house. You know those township houses?
Yeah.
And so 2 bedrooms, a lounge and the kitchen. The lounge was my bedroom for the longest time.
Oh my gosh.
So but that was that was basically how we grew up. Yeah.
So you living with your granny, how did that shape your relationship with your real parents?
With my parents. So my dad used to see us, because obviously my mom had custody, although my grandmother on my maternal side actually is the one who raised us. So every 2 to 3 weeks, our dad will come and fetch us, and then we'll spend some weekends with him. I had a really good relationship with my father.
Wow.
Because he always affirmed me.
Wow.
And not such a great relationship with my mom, because she was a teenage mom. So for her, she then felt that she didn't become the best version of herself because she had me. So So it was a very difficult relationship, which we've been mending now that I've become older, because I'm seeing things more through her eyes.
Yeah.
Now that I'm older.
Yeah. Sure. And I read somewhere that you actually started your first business at the age of 13.
Yes, I did.
So I can't, what was the situation at home?
Hungry. I was hungry. This thing of being told that there's no money, but I think the most, and I was thinking about it the other day, Kere, the reason why I decided at the age of 13 to start up my first business with my money. So I grew up with my grandmother, but my aunt stayed at home as well. So if you didn't do some chores at home, you'll go without food.
No.
Yes. Yeah. So sometimes wasn't like higher because I didn't do whatever or I didn't clean up properly. So it was, yeah, it's
That
not
is
a very,
insane.
yeah, not a very pleasant childhood. So I thought about it because if they can starve you or if they can feed you, they can also starve you, right?
Yeah.
And I then decided, hooray, I was going to do my own thing. And I remember one day I was counting my coins. I think it was one of those days where I went without food and I bought myself kota brown with acha. I still remember the taste. I still remember the smell. I was sitting under my grandmother. She used to have a murbeya. What's a murbeya? The mulberry or I don't know what you call those ones that will stain your feet.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
The
Yes. I
berries.
was
Yeah.
the berries.
Yeah.
So I was there eating my kota brown and acha. And I've never forgotten. I think I bought it for like 25 cents with my own money. And it felt so good.
Wow.
So since then, at the age of 13, I decided, nah, I'm not going to be broke
Yeah.
because whatever I want, I can have.
Yeah.
And I don't have to depend on anyone to do anything for me. That's been my mindset
Wow.
ever since.
Wow.
So it was
Yeah.
number one. And second is just being able to do whatever I want to do with
Yeah.
having my own money without having to ask from
Right.
anybody. Yeah.
I
But that
love
was the
that.
defining moment, you know. I remember, kota brown and acha. Never tasted so good. Didn't have balloon. But it was just, if they can feed you, they will also starve you. And I've carried that throughout my life.
So I'm sure your mom's saying that to you, or just growing up without a mother, or feeling like, I don't know, a mistake.
I'm not loved.
Yes.
Yes.
That built a lot of resentment.
It did.
And I know in those days growing up, therapy isn't really a prominent thing in like the black households.
What is that?
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So how did you heal, or how did you move from there that you said, okay, I want to start over with my mom?
Yeah. First of all, it was, as you grow older, I've done a lot of personal development. So as I was growing up, like in my 20s, I started listening to like your Louise Hay, You Can Heal Your Life, she's passed. And that's how I started doing Mind Power at the time. And she would share about her own childhood and how she grew up. And she taught a lot on forgiveness. And her biggest message was, everybody's doing the best that they can with what they have at that particular time with the knowledge that they have. Right? That's how I was able to put myself in my mother's shoes and say, if I was 17 and pregnant, 21 divorced with 2 children,
Right.
what would I have done?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I had to work through all of that and get over it.
Yeah. And that's
But
the
it's
truth.
the internal. I've never been for therapy. I've never been to any therapy. It's just
Right.
the work, the internal work that I've been doing on myself over the years.
Wow.
And we have it's not great, but I've got a good relationship with my mother because it's more based on forgiveness and acceptance.
Wow.
Right? And I retired my mother in 2016, and I'll tell you the story and how that happened because now she worked as a domestic worker, living in Kukwin. Right? And her life is completely transformed. This same child that she said she didn't want is the same child that she says, I thank God for your life because where would I be if it wasn't for you? So it's insane. It's insane. And I just, it's
Yeah.
that's years and years and years. And now I can call her. And I remember she even said to me, because a lot of black parents don't do that as well, right? She said to me recently, there's a childhood event that I remember. I was 5. And she thought that someone had told me about it, but it's something that I just remembered, And I asked her about it, and she clarified it for me. He says, how do you remember this? Because there's no way did someone tell. I was like, no one told me, but I remember it. So she clarified and she said to me, if there's anything else that you want to ask me, just ask.
A black mother.
Yeah, she just said to me, just ask.
Sure.
And some of the things I'm like, you know what? Is it worth it?
Yeah.
Nah, let it go. Let it go because it will hurt her more than because I've already worked through it. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
So you just work through it yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's a testimony that you actually do not have to stay in the grounds that you grew up in. You can heal, you can change your life and actually get over it.
Get over it.
Yeah.
And I was saying that to someone the other day. I was like, I'm not invalidating your pain. And I
Yeah.
understand that, right? But you've got to get to a point where you let go and free yourself. Because the other people that maybe they've done you dirty from, your experience, they've completely forgotten about it. It's not even
Right.
an issue in their lives. But when you've got to find a place in your heart where you say, let go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. And it's hurtful because, you know, your parents, your granny, the people around you that you grow up with are like your first encounters of what love is in relationships. So it affects you so much when you grow up and you try form relationships, you try form connections with people because it's just like a battle, because you're coming from a place of hurt, you're coming
That's
from a place
it.
of trauma, so
Yes.
much anger. And I see
Yeah.
that with myself too. Like having an abusive dad or a dad that's there, not there. Like that's how you form relationships out of the love I got from him. And that's how I'm like, oh, this must be love.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
That must be the way I must relate to other
Exactly.
people, or
Yeah.
that's how any relationship that I'm going to experience,
Yeah.
that's how it's meant to be, or it's supposed to be. Yeah. It's not easy.
Yeah.
It's not easy, but it's just I'm so big on personal development. Always have been, right? Started that when I was 17, 18. Yeah. And with Anthony Robbins at the time, And I remember he used to have this 30-minute what do you call it? Every 30 minutes they like those very much type of ads. Sorry to mention, but those what are they called? Every 30 minutes, and then we speak about his business. I forgot what it's called.
Yeah.
And that's why I used to see it, and he'll talk about personal power, and I'm like, what is this personal power? And then that's how I got introduced to infomercial.
Yeah.
That's how I got that's how I got interested in personal development. It's really, really, really changed my life. Yeah.
I love that. So what made you move to Joburg?
And I finished matric in 1995.
Okay.
I'm sure you're not even an idea then.
No.
Yeah, you're not, right? Can you believe it's 30 years ago?
That's insane.
Right?
Yeah.
I finished matric at 17. There were no opportunities for me to obviously go study because there was no money at home.
Right.
I could have become a nurse, but I'm so scared of blood. And I came this side. So I went to a Christian Brothers College, but in the township, St. Boniface High School in Kimberley. The beers used to have because I'm from a mining town. They used to have this program, and I was on the leadership program for about a year where you get sponsored. Went on a leadership program under CBC. I met the Peglers, a white couple, and because I worked there as a volunteer, they used to have a community center working with abused children. Met them, saw potential in me, and that's how I got to study at Wits Technikon. I did public relations in 1997. So they got a study loan for me at ABSA. And I paid off the study loan, obviously, but they took the surety for me. So that's how I got to study. My life has just been full of grace.
Yeah.
Yeah, very, very blessed. Very blessed. So that's how I studied.
Wow.
So I was at Wits Tech, which you now call UJ, the one in Auckland Park. I stayed on campus at rest, but I had to hustle for my own pocket money. So I was always working as a student.
What were your jobs as a
The
student?
jobs, stock taking.
Yeah.
Distributing pamphlets.
Yeah.
Any job in because I was under the public relations faculty. So I praat Afrikaans, so most of my lecturers were Afrikaans. So I put myself out there. I remember I even worked at Rentis, the show, for the duration of the time. So I always had something, because I'll always put my hand up. Nothing was too much for me. I'm not one of those people. It's like, what are people going to say? You know what I mean? I don't care about that.
Wow.
Yeah, so I've always put myself out there. I've always hustled. I've always worked.
Wow, I love that. So after you finished your course you were studying, so did you get a job?
I got a job because one of the, for us, conditions to actually graduate, you had to do your in-service training for 10 months.
Okay.
So I was, you had to apply obviously yourself, and there's one company only, and it was one of the top 3 agencies in South Africa. It's out in Kalani. So I did my in-service training there, and that's how after that you graduate. And then I stayed there for about a year, and then I moved on to still consulting, and then after that into corporate, until at the age of 30 I was like, nah, I don't like this. Let me go do my own thing.
Wow. So what happened? Was there like an encounter that happened that you wanted to leave the corporate world? Or
Yeah, but just being limited, because there's only so much, you work 365 days a year, and you get paid 12 times. You know what I mean? And you had work and the politics also that comes with it. And for me, it's just that the environment just was not exactly what I'd envisioned for myself and for my own life. And
Right.
because I've always wanted to sell something, I wanted that freedom.
Yeah.
And I did it at the worst of times in 2008 during the recession. My daughter was 3 years old. I decided to leave, and when their first business failed, and yeah, so it was rough.
Wow.
It was rough, but I had to do it.
So, can you tell me how you got through those times where you were doubting yourself and the vision wasn't really clear? What kept you going?
My faith. My faith, number one, in God. And secondly, my belief in myself.
Right.
Because I've always been like that, growing up being told that you won't amount into anything, you always have that chip on your shoulder. It's all not knowing how you're going to be successful, but
Right.
how you'll make the most out of your life yourself. So, and just pushing, you know what I mean? So I don't know. Sometimes people ask me that actually. I'm like, no, but I've always believed in myself. And you know, when you know, like you know.
Yeah.
Hore, you just know. Hore, one day nje, utlo popa.
Yes.
Yes, one day.
One day.
One day, and
Right.
a way has always been made. I'll
Right.
find open doors because, like I said to you, I'm that type who will always knock. I'm not scared to put my hand up. So I'll always, worst thing that can happen, you're gonna say no to me, and keep it moving.
Yeah.
Try next door. You keep on trying until you get what you want.
Right. I love that. I read that you were actually, I don't know if you were frying my queen. Yeah.
When that was the lowest low. I was frying chips because remember I still have Mama Spice and Herbs, but the current business is totally taken over. So I was still using my spices. Went into Cosmosita. I had one of those spazas, and my goal was just to make 800 rand a day, and I was not even making that target. I remember I was burnt by the amafuta, the oil, and I'm like, what are you doing here? Right. And remember, I've done mind power. I know all the stuff, but how come my life is not working? What's going on? 1 + 1 is not 2. Why is it not adding up? So I just decided that's it. Enough. It's enough. Went back into my kitchen at home, and I had to start over. I gave everything away. I didn't even sell anything. I can go to Cosmo City now and go to see Upila, whoever. They welcome me because I gave them the stuff that I had. I'm like, that's it. This is not my life. This is just not my life. Went back, and my life, just one day at a time.
So what age were you when you were having this like encounter that, hey, this is not the one?
This is not it. That was in 2015. Then I would have been, how old was I in 2014, 15? How old was I?
That was 10 years ago.
Yeah, about 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Yes, about 30, 36, 37. Yeah, because you can start over at any time. It's never too late. And when you are young, also, you still have a lot of time, and but yeah, I decided that's it. Remember, I left corporate at 30. Well, a lot of people, it's like there's so much security in a job. There's no security in a job, People are being retrenched left, right, and center right now. And then secondly, walking out of my marriage, although it was really, really good, people are like, what do you want, And just starting over and saying, this is not the vision that I have for my life. This is the direction in which I want to go. And you just follow your own gut, your own instinct, your own vision, even if it doesn't make sense to anybody.
Yeah. So I'm getting the sense from 30 to 37. You quit your job.
Yes.
Got a divorce.
Yes.
Child.
Had a failed business in between after 4 years. Remember, from 2008 at 30 to 2012, we had to shut down. Starting over with the spice business May 2012. And really struggling and crawling for that long until 2015 when the tea business started. But it's just been such a long journey.
Yes.
What sustained and helped me at the time, we sold our marital home. So I stayed with my ex-husband for 2 years, even after separation, right? Because we couldn't afford to live apart, right? And there was no drama really. So everyone had their own space, and till I got my own space. So we sold the house, got a little bit of money from it. But, the money runs out.
That's true. Yeah,
especially when there's no money coming in. It wasn't really a lot because we settled our debt when we married in community property.
Yeah.
We've got to settle all of that. But it gave me at least a place to stay for paying my rent at least, but the rest of it, you really have to hustle. Yeah.
So what inspired your first business, Mama Spice?
Mama Spice. You know, my grandmother, for example, a lot of people in the township have been told to stop eating spice because they're making them sick. But it's not spices that are making people sick. It's our lifestyles. You know what I mean? And what's also added into those spices, because they add them with there's a lot of fillers. There's too much salt, the other fillers to cheapen the product in order to make it more accessible to as many people as possible. Plus, obviously, the way we eat. So what is it about South African spices that are making people sick when spices have healing properties?
Yeah.
So I started doing my research, met this lady, the German Afrikaans lady, who had a spice business. And she wanted to train with me because, I'm very serious when I'm at the gym. I've trained with your friend Kira.
Yeah.
They were like, oh, I'm so sore. But we started training together, found out what she was doing. I saw an opportunity because she was doing business to business. And I wanted to go into the business to consumer. And coming from corporate social investment background, when I used to work for the bank, I used to do CSI. So I started the business in the box concept where you help people start up their own businesses for as little as 400 Rand with the spices at the time. Did a bit of PR because that's what I studied and that's where I worked, and slowly just built from there.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love that. So I heard you speaking about how the lady, the relationship with the lady wasn't really successful. Can you tell me more about like building partnerships with people?
Especially when you're starting out.
Yeah.
Personally, it's good to collaborate, but partnership from that early, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Because now they had more resources, they're seeing potential in the business. I end up with 10% of my business because now I had a judgment against me at the time, right? So they get a loan because they want to expand, because they see there's potential in this.
Right.
They got 45%. They wanted to invest in a machine that would do the spice production with 7.5 grams. Those little spice sleeves. Bought the machine. It's like, okay, Mikie, now they tell you, here's 45. But again, we're taking 45 to ladies, and then I end up with 10% of my business that I started. So I walked away. And I'm like,
you walked away?
Yeah, I walk away because now I'm going to be working for you. Why did I leave? Why did I leave corporate in the first place?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And you didn't fight, nothing?
No. Because how do you fight when you don't have money?
Yeah.
Right? So... yeah, so I left, I walked away, and that's when I started frying magwinya. Like I say magwinya, it was actually chips. I don't like magwinya. I ate too much of magwinya when I was young. I'm funny even going no gwinya. As office I'm funny going. So then that's how I started.
And what lessons did you learn from, like, being in partnership with people pushing you around, people taking advantage?
Especially when you don't have money.
Exactly.
So if you don't have money,
yes,
don't rush to go into a partnership, because whoever that pulls the purse is the one who's going to pull the strings. Whoever that has the purse is the one who's going to be pulling the strings. And when are you just going to be a ipopa in jail? Because then they can tell you and dictate to you what you want to do. But if you're an entrepreneur, for me personally, right? Maybe other people have different experiences. But for me personally, remember, I left corporate because I didn't want to be controlled.
Yes.
So now you're going to a partnership where you're fully controlled and you have to be answerable to other people. So for me, the lesson was, if you really want to grow, you don't have to want to consult with anybody. Do your own thing.
I love that.
Do your own thing.
I love that.
Yeah.
And did you because that should be hard, when you have a vision, you express your vision and people just take from you.
Yes, yeah.
How did you deal with that? Did you just crawl under your bed?
No, my ability to bounce back. You know what I mean? My ability to bounce back and believing in myself once again and saying, hold on, this is a vision. There was no board meeting when this vision was given to me. It was just mine.
Exactly.
Right? So you keep it moving. Kept it moving, and I started getting my spices but in town and whatnot, and just packaging at home, and eventually Flastamak Tea found me.
Wow. And that's the strength of a woman. It's so insane. You just bounce back. No matter what life throws at you, you will bounce.
If you don't have plan B, what are you going to do?
Exactly.
Right? If you don't have plan B, and the thought of going back to Pastor John scares you more than going back to Pastor John and starving, hey, you got to do what you got to do.
Right.
Yeah.
So tell me about how your new business came about.
In 23rd of November, 2015. because I've done extensive research on different spices. I had an inspired thought, went into my kitchen, put some spices together. I used to have problems with bloat. A lot of people have bloat,
Yeah.
right? And I'll wake up in the morning because I was training. I've always trained. I love training. And come 3-4 o'clock in the afternoon, a bit bloated. One looks pregnant. I was like, no, I don't like the way I feel. Use the teas. A week later, my skin was clearing, detox, because it's made of herbs and spices, mama spice and herbs, stuff from my kitchen. Skin is glowing, you look amazing, the bloat is gone. What is it that you're doing? Oh no, it's flesh stomach tea. What's flesh stomach tea? I don't even have a brand. Ne?
Yeah.
And then, as if you've been led, kulma nontombi, kulma no titi, who puts you in contact with whoever. It's just grace, man. And my life has never been the same since the tea found me. That's why I'm saying it found me. It was an inspired idea. So when the inspiration comes, because when you're inspired, you are in spirit, right? Allow yourself to be led. Don't second guess yourself. Move. And a way will be made and a way will be opened. And then that was 23rd of November. 2015. I was on SABC for a long time also because I got this opportunity again at the gym with Wakumzi, the late Akumzi. He really opened doors for me. He even wrote for me. They had a big breakfast show on UTV. So I didn't even have to audition for that, He just wrote it in. I was like, you'll be our exercise person. So I had 4-minute segment on TV for that time, for a long time. For about 5 years I did that. And so people could see me. I get on TV. And it was easy for them now. If I'm saying I'm selling this, for them to reach out and say, I want it.
Exactly.
And they'll send me their money and there'll be an exchange.
Wow. I read that you said when you first started, most of your profit, the people, your customers, weren't from South Africa.
I know, Botswana. Most of them from Botswana. I had some from Swaziland. But South Africa was little. First big order that I got from Botswana was 250,000 rand. Took me 5 days to pack that order. I'd never met the lady.
Sure.
Her name Masego. Never met her. Before it was just packaging and sending stuff through. First time I met her when we went to Mafikeng, because she's in Gaborone. Mafikeng Gaborone is very close to go deliver her package. So I didn't even cross over to go to Botswana. And my life really has never been the same. I just hustled.
Wow.
I just hustled every day.
250,000.
250K. That was the biggest order that I've ever received from one person.
Yeah.
And it was just 2 teas, the green and the red package that I had. I only had 2 products.
2?
Yeah, the teas. It was the flat stomach tea with moringa, the original,
right?
Plus the capsicum, and it's on my vision board. It's these 2, and I used to pack it at home. Seal, make labels at home. I used to buy my labels from Walton's. I had a small machine. My ex-husband is the one who set it all up for me. He did the website, the works, and packed it at home. But I like detail, so my label have to be applied a certain way because I'm very detail oriented. Yes. You've got to seal it a certain way. I'm a fault finder. It's got to be perfect. Yeah. Even if you're doing it still at home, deliver something that you'd be very proud of delivering. You know what I mean? And with the little resources that you have, with the very little resources, you can actually make them stretch. And over time, from where we were to what you are now seeing here, it's been great investment back into the business. You don't chow your profit. You don't chow everything.
Yeah.
You just keep putting everything back into the business. Everything else will come later. People, once they start making a little bit of money, they're thinking, hey, I've arrived. Now, my first goal at the time was I want to make my first million because it was one of my goals. Growing up poor was financial security. It's always been my number one. And this thing of not asking anything from anybody. There's no Peter will come or John will come and say, I've ever asked for money for rent. No, girl. I only had those benefits when I was married because obviously shared responsibilities in your marriage. Yes. But in jail, remember what I said, if they can feed you, they will starve you.
Sure.
Yes.
If they can feed you,
they will starve
they
you.
can starve.
And I learned that at 13 from home.
13?
At 13. I get it. Because I haven't done some chores. So there's always conditions. So if you know that there are terms and conditions in any type of relationship, especially when it becomes also transactional, right? If you do, if you don't, then
Yeah.
baleka ngenyawo zombili. Run, girl, run. Yeah.
And that's
yeah.
why I really, really just love your testimony and your journey so much, because you are really for making your own bread.
Ooh,
And
big time.
for, social media is just taking our girls astray,
Yes.
and what
It's
a man,
wild.
yeah,
It's wild.
what a man should do,
No.
what a man should be,
Yeah.
to the point where you have to ask someone to do your own hair. It's so important to be able to maintain yourself first.
You know what I mean?
Before we work, and there's nothing wrong with asking.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Yes. It's
But-
fine if you want to. Or how you decide. If that's your hustle, that's fine.
Yes.
You know what I mean? If that's what you're comfortable with. Nah, I'm uncomfortable with it because of where I come from.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I always say, whatever your hustle is, I respect it.
Right.
Now my hustle is this direction because it gives me freedom. You know what I mean? It gives me options because then I don't have to rely on anybody to do
Right.
it for me if I can do it myself. And I'll find a way to do it myself. And that's what I'm teaching my daughter as well.
Right.
That have your own money. I remember, and this is advice for the young girls also, if that's okay. My grandmother taught me, if you're a girl and you're going to go out on a date with a boy, have your 200 rand at least. Right? Eat for 100 rand. The other 100 rand is for your taxi fare.
Exactly.
If things don't go accordingly, uthi khokhe mali zwi. Uthi zwi.
Exactly.
And that's how I've always lived.
Yeah.
Even now, even if you take me out and say, Sis Mikie, I'm taking you out, guess what? I'm going to eat according to what I wouldn't,
Yeah.
if I'm paying, I can eat whatever I want.
Right.
But if you paying, I'll eat a burger.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm that type of a person. So that's just always been me.
Right.
Yeah. Taxi, uthi.
Zwi.
You don't want to compromise yourself.
You do not.
Doing things that you don't want to
you
do just
do
because
not.
someone has fed you.
Right.
That's it.
I love that.
Yeah.
Oh, so
Have your
powerful.
200 rand.
Have your 200 rand.
Eat that
Banyana
100.
baka.
Yeah, 200 at least. Oscar, don't be buying things that you cannot afford.
Skapapa.
Relax.
You will get there.
You will get there.
Exactly.
And you know what my grandmother taught me? I don't know. Umnandi wasemhlabeni awupheli.
Oh
Kuphela
my
wena. How do you
gosh.
say that in English? Monate wa lefatshe ga o fele go fela wena.
I don't.
What is
What's
it in
the-
English?
what's
When
the
you went to
English?
these English schools. Eh? Yeah.
I'm just gonna quote like a Bible verse.
Yes,
Be
yes.
part of the world, but don't be consumed of the world.
There we go.
And that's how I
That's
can.
it. Yes.
Yes.
But do not be consumed by it.
Yes.
That's it.
That's true.
Yes.
My dad always used to say that to me. Always. And the type of man my dad was, urata basadi.
Yes.
He likes going out.
Yes.
Umjaivo number one.
Yes. Yeah.
Luxury big cars. So
Yeah.
when it's coming from a man that lives that lifestyle,
yeah.
you must know he's talking about something he knows.
He experienced himself.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I love that.
Yeah.
Don't
Umnandi wasemhlabeni awupheli. Because you're still gonna find it.
Yeah.
Whatever you're doing now, whoever left it here, you're still gonna have it 30 years, 10 years from now.
That's so true.
On your own terms, though.
Exactly. That's so
Yeah,
true.
on your own
So just sow your own seed for yourself now.
Amen.
Invest in your own seed for yourself now. And you reap your fruits.
You will harvest.
Yes.
it.
Look.
You will harvest.
Testimony.
You will harvest.
That's so true.
You're not missing out on anything.
Exactly.
Yeah. People feel like, you're missing out on something. You're not missing out really on anything.
It's social media, because you look at your life, you look at the people around you, look at your boyfriend, it's like, no, man, but you're not giving me this, I'm not living this type of life. Why? It's just so much
Comparing
peer pressure.
ourselves to other people.
Right.
My grandmother also always used to say, don't compare yourself to other people because you don't know what means they have. You don't know what they do to get those things.
Right.
So be content. Although you'll still be working towards what is that you want, right? But be content with what you have.
I love
You know what I mean? Because it'll save a man. It saves you a lot of headache. and a lot of unnecessary things. Because what are you going to be talking about the next day? Begumnandi, and then what?
Yeah.
What value does it add to your life? You know what I mean? So you're not really missing out on anything.
Right. I want to ask you, how long did it take you to make your first M?
First M. Remember, I started my first business in 2008, right? Had the first failure in 2012, May, and then started over 2012 until 2016. So about 8 years. People be like, I did a TikTok live the other day. It's like, oh, namanga. You know, people don't believe it. You know what I mean? They think, well, there must be something else that you're doing. It was an overnight success. It took me 8 years before I made my first million. But, let me just 8 years. Remember, I left corporate too, right? Because I'm talking about when I was working now for myself. And then on the tea business now, I started the tea business on the 23rd of November, 2015. This is really what changed my life. To the 12th of August now, 2016, with the teas. But remember, we see it as overnight success. What really transformed the quality of my life, I really thank God for this, the inspiration. But now we're talking November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, about 10 months. And what I did differently, and I really believe I brought my vision board, I'll show you now.
Yes, I have it.
I've always written down my goals. I remember I went to church, because a lot of people, particularly Christians, people just, but you're not making it practical in your own life. And I remember I went to a service where it was talking about using the word for your breakthrough.
Wow.
Okay, because the word is alive and it's practical, and you can actually apply it in your own life. So you using the word for your breakthrough. And I remember I'm like, you know what is it that I'm doing? I've always been a girl about manifestation and mind power, etc. Wrote the goals down. What I did differently this time, Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 2-4, write your vision down, make it plain, have it in a vision board. So for me, that was my interpretation of it. Cut out the pictures that I wanted.
Let's speak about it, actually.
Yes.
Like, guys, she came in and she showed me this vision board, and it's something you've spoken about before.
Yeah, I've spoken about it before. Yes.
And this is just amazing. You're telling me that you've achieved everything.
Everything. Ask Titi. Is that not my house, Titi? Yes. What car am I driving? Did you see my car outside?
I said, this is her. I saw a 911 Porsche, guys.
Yeah.
911. I said, this is her.
That's it. I had a Range Rover about 2 years ago. I sold it. And my daughter, that's her. You see how much younger she is.
Yeah.
I made this on the 3rd of January, 2015. And, 2016. And you see it's falling apart. Where you're seeing that million, it used to be $100 tissue. And then I just wrote the zeros.
Wow.
And but it was a tissue that I used to get from Discam. But you see, those are some of the words that I've used there. You know, there's harvest, get up, never give up. Because you've got to use words that are going to encourage you.
Joy, love, peace.
Yes,
happy, healthy, strong.
That's it. Reach for the stars,
Wow.
And like I used to do some media interviews there, etc. But just do things and have things in front of you that are going to encourage you.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because entrepreneurship is also very lonely, and it's not, it's very lonely. You're going to doubt yourself, especially when things are not working the way you want them to. When you follow a certain formula, 1 + 1, it doesn't result in 2. You've got to keep on encouraging yourself. You cannot be looking for that external motivation. You cannot be looking for other people to every day be encouraging you and telling you, hore. And like you said earlier on also, sometimes people will disappoint you because a person will say yes to you, but the yes means no, and then they start giving you the runaround.
Yeah.
So every single day in J, you've got to have something that's going to help you just remind you, hooray, this is where I'm saying I'm going.
Yeah.
And I've got to just focus on where I believe
I'm
destined to be.
This was in 2015.
That was 2016. 3rd January.
I'm seeing this, guys, and I'm still seeing this here.
Exactly. And look at where it was. Can you see me holding the tea there?
This here.
Yeah, and next to it. Can you see? Both of them.
Yeah.
Can you see those labels? Can you see the labels?
Yes, I see.
That I used to make that at home. I used to seal that myself. And look at that packaging right now.
Imagine.
Right? That is machine printed, etc. And sealed, etc.
Yeah.
So reinvesting back into your business once again. And now I get to enjoy the fruit.
Exactly.
Now that I'm enjoying the harvest, because I wasn't in a rush to show off and say, Da, 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 da. People only found out that I owned actually Flat Stomach Tea when I was on top billing. People thought I was just an influencer. Ngezinto yami ngisithulele nje, showing up every single day. Hello, hello, Mokaba Free Nation. What are exercise of the day? Going about my day. I think top billing was 2019. And it's like, yeah, exactly. Exactly.
So now you can drive the 911.
Now I can drive the 911.
Because you've invested so much. From 2016, that's almost 10 years ago.
It's almost 10 years ago. Yeah.
So now you can, I love this so much.
Yeah.
I love this so much.
So don't be in a rush.
Yeah.
You're not missing out on anything.
Yeah.
Whatever that is that you're saying you want, you believe in God for, you will have it. And at the right time. Just be patient. Be patient with yourself.
I love that. And like you building all these businesses, you investing in yourself. How do you take care of yourself? How do
Now I come first. Now I come first, guys.
Yeah.
I've got my daily routine. Part of it is going to the gym in the morning because it's very good for my mental health.
Yeah.
The body is just a big bonus, looking good. But for me, that's how I take care of Mikie first. If Mikie is running on empty, Mikie cannot pour into anybody, right? So I take care of myself. I take care of my being. I take care of, honestly, I'm not going to lie about it. Everybody else, I can only give to once I've poured into myself.
Wow.
So I always prioritize myself.
I love that. I love that. And can you tell me 3 things that are fundamental that you've learned in the business world?
Yeah. For me, fundamentals would be, what problem is it that you are solving? Value creation. So my problem that I was solving was bloat. You know what I mean? And having people really feel good about themselves because Mkaba is not fun, guys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Mkaba, it's not fun in any outfit
Yeah.
or later feeling bloated and having flatulence, etc. because of you've eaten food and it hasn't digested very well. So it was one of the things that I solved, I believe. So create value. The second one would be another fundamental, sales and marketing. Okay. You can have a fantastic product and nobody knows about. Right? You can have a great product, but we don't know about it. And then lastly, your financial management. Get about your money, girl, and keep on investing back into your business. It will feed you long term.
Wow.
So the top 3 for me.
I love
Value,
that.
create value. Solve a problem for as many people as possible. Secondly, sales and marketing. You gotta know what is it that you sell. Put yourself out there. Don't worry, go to abantu bazothini. If you have to act a fool, if you gotta look like a fool in front of other people while you are still doing your thing, don't go out there, do it.
Right.
And then lastly, obviously, your financial management. Get your money right.
Right. And I love the things you're saying is things that we don't know. They're very simple things, but people don't pay attention to them because, like you're saying, they want overnight success. But coming back to the basics is so important. That's what's going to set your business to like pivot,
Exactly.
Yeah, and
exactly.
I love that. And what are setbacks that you look back and you're like, ish, here I could have avoided this. I could have avoided this. Now you have so much knowledge and wisdom.
Maybe what set me back, but also it helped me because I wouldn't be here. The partnership, obviously, going to a partnership maybe too early.
Yeah.
But that helped me also because it opened other doors for me.
Right.
You know
it was
what
just
I mean?
redirection.
It was just redirection.
Right.
I'm just trying to think the setbacks I've had. Hey, but everything is just an experience,
Yes.
Yeah, it's a lesson you learn, you move, and you keep it moving. So, yeah, back as it's small things, but it hasn't defined me. You know what I mean? I can't think of anything really.
I was going to ask you, like, how you got married young. You said 22, 21.
Well, I met my ex-husband when I was young, 22, got married at 25.
Yes.
And had our daughter at 27. But it was a goal once again.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I was not going to have a child outside of marriage. For me, it was very important.
Yeah.
Right? My grandmother taught me also you learn from other people's experiences. And experiences taught me from my environment and where I come from at 16, 17, because, I was raised in the early 90s, as a teenager. I was a teenager in the early 90s and everybody falling pregnant around you. Chances are the boy who's impregnated you is not going to marry you.
Right.
You know what I mean? And what happens to you. So learn from other people's experiences as well. So having a child outside of marriage for me was just not on the cards. It was not going to happen. So yeah, so I got together with him. Stability was also very important to me. When you are young, you want to be here, there. So you find the right person for yourself. Avoid Peter, no John, no Spoon, no Bani Bani. So I settled where I was.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And at the time also, as Kazira Kichi, my
Yeah.
22, 23, and you're thinking you're the hottest thing. And you're beautiful, but abafana bazokuceda. And so I settled, and he gave me that stability also because he wanted the same things, yes, sharing the same values and principles. And so for me it was a good thing, but maybe not also, because it kept me grounded. I wasn't all over the place, but at the same time maybe too young also at the time. Yeah.
Do you think in this day and age it's a good idea for girls to get married at like a young age, early 20s?
Get stable, maybe, because then you grow up. I'm not a same person that I was when I was 20 or 30, or even when I was 40. I'm 47 now, going into my 50s. So we grow. Make sure if you grow with your partner then.
Yeah.
So that you don't grow apart, because that's going to cause division, which is going to lead to your divorce. But when you are growing together, although the vision was the same, but I'm now in personal development, I'm doing all these things now, he is still finding himself, both two people trying to find themselves and trying to make things work together becomes a bit of a challenge. So maybe in hindsight, if I had allowed maybe for us to grow together so that I don't start seeing the differences now, because that's the differences. I was like, no, but I don't want this. The guy is a bit slower than me. Now I'm an accelerator, is the brakes. So maybe if we grew together, maybe things would have been different. I don't know. But I would encourage, Kuti, if you don't have anyone to settle for, don't be all over the place either, because that messes you up long term. You know what I mean? You've been here, you've been there, and you want to focus and build a career for yourself. Relationships are important, especially at that time, also at that age. You want to be in a relationship,
right? Yeah, that's how I want to speak about.
You want to be in a relationship,
yeah.
Because everybody's doing it, and you want to be in one. But just don't scatter your energy, because once that part of your life is also taken care of, you're not going out with friends as much, because you've got the stability in your relationship. Then you can focus on your career and your money and other things that you need to do.
I love that.
Instead of, yes, I've got a career, but let me go and explore and be with boys out there. Because bazokumunya bakuceda.
Yeah, that's true.
That's what ugogo taught me. Bazokumunya. And
they know they're not saying this because
it's true. It's true.
They know what they're talking about.
Exactly. So at 22, I met my ex-husband, and he's a really wonderful man. I'm not gonna even say anything negative about him, because I'll really be lying. Really great human being, and it kept me grounded, getting into it. But at 35 now, I'm like, it's not make sure.
Right.
But now I'm a different woman. Right. I'm not 22. I'm 35.
But that's so brave, because a lot of women, as you were not miserable, you were just not. It's not what you wanted.
It's not what I want.
And a lot of women, yes, they settle. Do you understand?
Exactly.
Worse than in your situation, even if the man is not a good man, but they will settle because umtana, or
exactly.
Yes, I'm married,
family.
Yes,
I got a lot of opposition actually.
Yeah.
From both families, because ufunani uyakshaya no. Oh, my husband, he's never laid a hand on me. He provides, he's at home, he's not cheating, none of that. Yini uyifunayo. Ngitangazi kodwa asile. And ukubhekezela, I don't know. It depends on what is it that you want for your life. But at clarity, there's so much power in clarity once you're clear about what is it that you want. Because uzela mhlabeni uyi-one. Awuzanga nomunye umuntu.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if it makes you happy, do it. And if it doesn't, I don't know. I don't advocate for divorce or people leaving, where they are. But hey, I told you, my happiness comes first.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's very important for me to be happy.
I love that. And did you ever regret your decision? Like, he was a good man, Savannah.
He was a good man. Maybe when I was played, because Yeah.
And these things happen.
It's crazy out there. You know, for me, whatever my ex-husband used to say was gospel. Whatever he says is gospel.
Yeah.
I told you my yes, it's a yes, my no, it's a no.
Right.
If he says 9 o'clock, I'm going to come and see you, it's 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
Right? And this guy asked me out on a date. I told you guys at the office the other day, asked me out on a date. Ne? He was like 7 o'clock, we're supposed to go out. Around 10 o'clock, what's up? You're not my wife. You're not going to ask me about my whereabouts. Omuntu uzokhuluma something, but they mean something else.
Yeah.
So for me, it was a real rude awakening. I had to wise up very quickly. Remember, 22 to 35, iphelangila. And then, manje ubona ukuthi, kuna bukhuluva lapha.
And it happens.
It's crazy.
It happens.
I wouldn't say I was regretting. I mean, I knew I made the right decision for myself, but I didn't know it's wild out there. Yo, I don't know you youngsters how.
No, it's yo.
I'm fully stressed. I mean, I don't like drama in my life.
Really?
Yeah, I walk away.
So that's what you did. You said, this is not what I want,
yeah.
and you walked away.
Yeah, I was like,
Wow.
really? Hey, Jolo and you guys always complain about it. I was like, walk away, move. You know what I mean? If you're not happy, I mean, why? Just the sake of having a man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And yeah, man, even a pride in yourself and say bye-bye. Bye-bye, Peter. I'm out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think the problem is that, because I've seen it with myself, you see, when people treat you badly, you know, you need to learn that it's not a reflection of yourself. Because, you know, I'm so confused. When people treat me badly, I'm like, no, man, but I'm a good woman.
Exactly.
Yeah, like, it baffles you. Good time, man.
Yeah.
Like, are you talking to me like this? Are you treating me like, do you know who I am?
Exactly. Exactly.
You know? So it's just also, I don't think a woman should have pride, because you would try to prove to that man, good, no, like, I'm a good woman.
Now, you know you're a good woman. I mean, if someone doesn't appreciate and see it,
exactly,
there's a lot of, don't waste your beauty. There's a lot of fish in the sea. And you know how easy it is for us ladies?
Very.
With guys, it's not that easy. They need to court, they need to will you in. As with us ladies, it's really easy. So I'm just saying, baby girl, now share it lipstick, push up bra. That's it. Sometimes just test yourself.
Exactly.
I still got it.
Yeah. Trust yourself.
Imagine someone just talking to me like, oh, it's
yeah. Can't happen.
No, girl.
Can't happen.
You don't have to prove that. If you know you're a good person, you're a good woman.
Yeah.
There's someone out there who's going to appreciate you, but work on yourself and work on things that nobody can take away from you.
Right.
Like, for real.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Work on your confidence, work on your self-esteem, work on your mind.
Yeah.
You know, and practice detachment, because everything that you want, everything that you're seeking is within you right now. Give yourself that love.
Sure.
Fill yourself, fill your cup until it runneth over. And then I'm telling you, there is no way Peter is going to come and treat you the way you don't want to be treated, because you don't treat yourself like that. Right. So why are you accepting treatment from someone else like that? And you're not going to treat someone like that. Yeah. So why are you accepting it? You know what I mean?
I love that.
Yeah, so just be
Preach,
like,
girl.
Yeah, just like, bye.
Exactly. I love that. And I wanted to ask you, how did your relationship with your mom shape the relationship you have with the daughter? Yo,
my superstar. Yo, I love that child.
Aww.
You know why I have one child?
Why? And I was like, because my mom also has one child. It's
only me. Are you only
yes.
child? So now I come from a family of people that have 3, 4, 5 children. And there's this thing. I love my children the same. I don't know. That has not been my experience. Right? I'm like, okay, if that's your experience, my heart is not big enough to have more than one child. Yeah. So that's why I have one child.
Is it because you saw the favoritism? And you were the favorite?
No, I wasn't. No, I was the bottom of the bottom. And you know, I'm the first child.
Exactly.
Also.
So I expect you to be the favorite, because you're like...
No, maybe with my grandmother, because I was the first grandchild.
Yeah.
Yeah. My mother has her own favorite, and you see it in family, man. In families, even with my grandmother and stuff. But no one wants to admit this. So now it's like, I'll have one child. I'm very tight with my daughter. She's 20. My daughter calls me, I'll stop everything. You know, we're 10 hours apart. She lives in the States, so she's 10 hours behind. So she's probably still sleeping. She calls me, ne? Like it will be South African time, maybe 5 a.m. and it's 9, 10 o'clock that side. I take that call, it's a video call. And we talk about anything and everything. Right? And we've always had that open relationship. She knows her, no matter what, me and her father are gonna love her openly, unconditionally.
Wow.
There's nothing too big that she cannot talk to us about. So this child talks to me about anything and everything. Like the conversation that we're having this morning, Mama, I saw my student counselor the other day. I just feel like I don't know where I'm going. I'm like, don't put too much pressure on yourself.
Wow.
You know, anything, just ask me. I've walked that path. I'm not saying you're not going to make your own mistakes, but let me share with you my experience. Papa can do the same thing.
Wow.
And she's like, you and Papa are so different, but I love that I can learn from both of you. Because we're very two different personalities, and she's got her own personality. So anytime Jay will talk about anything and everything, boys and anything and everything.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love that.
Hair, makeup.
Yeah.
No maini boza ya.
When did she leave South Africa? She's so brave too.
Yeah, 2 years ago.
Wow.
So she went to the international school. So she did Cambridge. So she's always known. So we knew we were raising an international child. And her dad, she wanted to go to the UK, but her dad was like, I've got nieces and nephews in the States, in college. And Danielle wants to go into the arts, but she's brilliant with maths and science and everything else. And the arts is like, how are you going to feed yourself, you know? So her father and we decided, okay, let's give her 2 years of college while she's still trying to figure herself out. So she left when? Not this, last year. Last year. Yeah, last year. Yeah, she left last year. And so she lives by herself, but on campus. And very brave child. Only child. You guys will fend for yourself. You know that,
I also
right?
left. Yeah.
Oh, wait, yeah.
Yeah, I was
Where
in
were you?
Chicago.
What? Exactly.
Yeah, for a whole year.
Wow.
And it's so tough.
It is tough.
It's so tough.
Exactly.
So that's why I commend her, because I know it can't be easy.
It's not easy.
Yeah.
It's not easy. But you only you know how to navigate through relationships. You know hey, I gotta make friends. Everywhere she goes, and she makes friends. Like, which friend? No, I met this Japanese girl. She's your friend already. Everyone is your friend. It's like, everywhere I go, I just meet people.
Wow, you have
but
to
you
be
guys
open.
are you have to be open with your food, your different cultures. You guys are very open-minded. Nah, I know I like pap and steak. I eat pap and steak. I'm my chopsticks.
But I can't be imagine you as a mom letting your only child leave you. How was that transition? You were open, or how were you?
Yeah, but also remember, I didn't raise her.
Okay.
She from the age of 7, she was staying with my ex-sister-in-law.
Okay.
Because I couldn't look after her, right? Because I was doing my business. I left my child at school because I was hustling 7 p.m. on Friday night.
Oh my God.
She's the only child at school, right? That was tough. So I had to have the difficult conversation with my ex-husband and say, I can't do it. And, we've got such a good relationship. I knew he's not going to be like, oh, bad mother, It's like, okay, we sat down. Best person to look after my child was my sister-in-law. She's actually a doctor.
Wow.
So Danielle went to there and she stayed for 10 years. So we knew we don't agree on a lot of things, but one thing we agree on is the child.
Wow.
And she was raised by them, and it's just, we have a beautiful relationship. And I knew, because it's a really good family, I knew my child was was going to be well taken care of. So having her leave, because we haven't stayed together for that long, her aunt was more because she's the only girl, she had 3 boys. She was, I'm not going to say I wasn't devastated, but she was more because they stayed together.
Right.
Now she will come here for holidays.
Right.
So, but it's, for me, a stress, about her well-being. Is she fine? America, Pella, we hear lots of stories.
Yes.
But, so I worry a little about her, but it's not like I was like, oh, my life is falling apart because she's not here. Yeah, it's more about providing a future for her.
And then lastly, I would like to ask you, what's the best advice you have ever gotten, and what would you tell your younger self, 20-year-old self, Yeah. Those two questions.
Yo, the best advice I got, from my grandmother. I've had too many years.
Yeah.
Umnandi wasemhlabeni. Guys, I'm gonna say it again because it kept me grounded as a young girl. Like really, because then going there, clubbing, etc. I didn't drink until I was 35. I had my first glass of wine at the age of 35. So I never used to drink. Umnandi wasemhlabeni awupheli kuphela wena, right? So I think for me, I think that's the best advice. And that's the same advice that I've passed on to my child.
I love that.
And my young self, 20, would be, yeah, girl, you are deserving,
Wow.
Just, you deserve the best that life has to give. You gotta believe that you deserve the best. And you are, and you can, and you will. You know what I mean? You gotta believe. A lot of us don't believe what we deserve the best.
Right.
That's why we settle for less. But you deserve the absolute best. And once you believe that,
I love that.
you will never settle for nonsense from wherever, because you deserve the best. Because you're God's child.
Sure. I love that. And I would also like to ask, what products would you recommend for me? So I
don't know what your goal is, I guess.
No,
you gotta tell me what your goal
guys,
is.
But I gym. I'm working out, babe. I lift weights, but I'm
Yes.
trying to incorporate like walking steps.
That's
Good.
Yeah. So you do weight training.
Yes, I
also.
do
That's
weight training.
Good. That's the best way to shape your body.
But because I'm already thick, so the weight training, yes, I'm building muscle, but now I'm building muscle while I'm thick, and I'm trying to lose and
The weight also.
Yes, does that
Okay.
make sense?
That will be the body makeover. I'll talk you through it. So that will be that.
Okay.
So how much weight? You gotta be clear. Do you wanna be thick?
No, I wanna be skinny.
What's the idea of skin? What does skinny look like in your mind?
Like you.
But I'm not skinny, most.
No, but like
we're about the same height, ne?
No, you're shorter than me.
Am
You're
I shorter than
wearing
you?
red bottoms. That's red bottoms.
Okay, my weight is about 59, 60.
Ha!
So I have around that. My height is about 159. So that you just have a clear mental picture. I'm not skinny though.
No, you are.
Yeah. So the body makeover, because it targets umkhaba and just weight in general. So use the product until you achieve your desired goal. But for me, remember, I'm a girl who believes that the product works, by the way, whether you exercise or not, because it's going to help with it will help with reducing the bloatedness, right?
Yes.
And it also suppresses appetite, so that means that you're going to eat less. But I'm a girl who believes that you've got to have a holistic plan.
Yeah.
I train because it makes me feel good. So move your body. Nutrition is absolutely key, right? And obviously supplementation. So once you've got all these three in J, you can achieve your goals.
I love that.
Right.
Yeah.
So nutrition, that's at least 70-80%. So eat well 80% of the time at least. Eat to support your goals. If your goals are to look that, then eat that. If your goal is to look and be muscular, eat that. You know what I mean? Supplement accordingly, and also obviously move your body. The Bible even says exercise is beneficial. So I like myself. It's fine if that's your goal, but don't complain then if you're not prepared to change it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
So the body makeover, and I brought you that flask
Thank
over
you.
there. How bling is that?
Super cute.
How gorgeous. Yeah. So that's for you, and it will keep
you.
your tea warmer for longer. We've got hair care product for your natural hair.
Oh.
We've got curve enhancer products also for girls that want to increase a little, but you've got to also exercise. Do your squats, girl. We've got our cellulite fat burning product here.
Is that also supplements, those pills?
Yeah, those are pills, and then that's the cellulite oil because it helps with circulation. And then you've got our flat tummy transformation products.
Wow,
over there
I've been seeing this supplements. Like this one is very popular.
It's very popular.
Yeah,
the fat flush with the tummy fat destroyer.
Yeah,
that's our best selling product. Although we started with that and then went to the green package, but this one it's quite popular right now because we're running challenges with it. People see results within like a week or even at least a week, because number one, it's gonna reduce your appetite. You're eating less. It's got ginger and it's got cayenne pepper, which helps with and aids with digestion with coleus fosculi. So digestion, you digest better, guys. Umkhaba uzoba reduced.
Exactly. So this also helps with bloating, I'm
With
sure.
bloating as well. Yeah. And speeds up your metabolism also, because your metabolism is sluggish. You're not eating right.
Yeah.
You're not moving your body. You want something that's going to stimulate the metabolism as well.
So these work together.
They work together.
Okay.
Yeah. So all our products are complementary. I always say start with that fat flush. You know, makoya, because it's got like your ginger as well as cayenne pepper. Ginger aids with digestion. Cayenne pepper, it speeds up the metabolism. Then you've got cascara sagrada. Cascara sagrada, what it is, it's a natural herb, which is a colon cleanser without giving the runs. So it's not like a laxative, but it's going to cleanse the colon. So people eat every day, and people don't they don't do number 2 every day. You need to, because you eat every day, all those toxins building up. And the other one has got apple cider vinegar, which will reduce your appetite, and Coleus foscali. It's also in the mint family, which helps with digestion once again.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love it. You guys heard that.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mikie,
Thanks
for
for
coming. You
coming.
are lovely. Oh my gosh, I love this session so much.
You got some value out of it as well.
Definitely. And the people will definitely want you back. So if I call you again,
anytime,
you must
girl.
come back.
Anytime.
Thank you so much.
You are welcome. Remember, umnandi wasemhlabeni awupheli.
Bye, my dolls. I'll see you next time. Mwah!